Well, hello once again, everyone. This is Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy with the Nautilus Dry Docks, and this is my weekly update video. For those of you that don't follow me, and heaven knows why that's not the case, this is where I document my week's worth of work. We get successes, a lot of failures, challenges, and opportunities, and we're going to share it all with you this week. We got a lot to do, so let's get started. All right, a little recap. Where we ended up last week. We got some progress done on some other projects that we're going to share with you here in a little bit. The big news was the ongoing hunt for the USS Texas, which is a gorgeous 1/72nd scale Virginia-class RC submarine that was completely done undergoing her maiden voyage and sank in the waters of Sylvan Rodriguez Park down here in Texas. We've been out there 3 times, 2 of which with divers. We've employed an ROV, we've employed sonar fish finder, and we have had no luck whatsoever. We're going to get to more about that and what we're going to be doing about it in a little bit, but we're going to kick things off with a little side project, what I hope is a little side project. In theory, this is an easy driver that's used in a little Nautilus, Disney Nautilus. Customer states. You know those videos? Customer states. Customer states. Leak. Don't know what to do. Don't know how to do it. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I bought a 250 a while back. I was recently able to test it. It immediately started to leak. I'm not sure why. I don't have any seals. I figured if there was a problem with this, you would know. Well, if it's leaking, there's probably a problem. Not sure what I can do to seal it. Well, here's the problem with that statement, boys and girls. When it's your cylinder, it's your responsibility to understand how things work, how to fix it. You know what I mean? All right. All right. Well, this has been damaged because it was improperly packaged. Right off the bat, I can see this hose is split, this test hose. I don't know if that would cause a leak or not. Well, we'll see. I mean, problem. All of these linkage outputs are bent. They're a little droopy. You see that? That's what happens when you don't secure things in a box. I mean, this was just, let's just put that in the filing cabinet right there. I'm glad he sent the battery. Not much good if I don't have a radio. So we'll just put that right back where it came from. The good news is the diagnostification of these cylinders is exceptionally easy. Very, very easy. And I don't want to beat on this particular owner too hard. I need to beat on them just a little bit. But seriously, all you do is connect a hose to this port, put it underwater, and blow. It's as easy as that, boys and girls. That will tell you where the leak is coming from. And I guess we'll kick things off by doing that. Shall we? Shall we? All right, by the way, these test hoses, I've talked to you guys about these before. You know all about them because I've shown them to you. You just put a little brass tube in the end cap there, and in this particular case, it's right there. And you cap it with a piece of rubber hose and a little chunky of brass, and that seals it off. But for testing purposes, you just slip this hose over. I'm using latex. By the way, latex and brass don't like each other very much. So if you're going to leave it on there for years, it'll turn into a goopy, yucky mess. It'll just melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. Now you just blow into this. Now you can do a bench test just right now. Just blow in, see if it holds pressure. So blow in, see if it's pushing back against, you know, your tongue or your mouth or whatever. Let's just see what happens. I'm not, it's 100% sealed. Listen to this. I'm gonna hold it, holding a little longer. All right, now listen to this. Let me do, did you hear that? Holding. Ready? This is a sealed unit, boys and girls. I can put it in the water. But what's it going to do? I mean, if it's holding pressure, it's holding pressure, right? Now let's back up a second here. I just had a thought. I'm sure all of you caught this before I did. This is what changed. I swapped in the test hose for this hose, and I told you this was split. Now, it didn't look like it was split. Yeah, it probably is. This is what it was. Look at, you see that? Let me get my face out of the way. Is it focusing? You see that? This could have been fixed back at the shop, at his shop, with about half of a penny's worth of silicone hose and about 38.3 seconds of time. All right, we're going to package this thing back up. It was shipped just like this, with a couple of chunks of bubble wrap in there. These are always the bad parts right here, people. You need to protect it. This is just a chunk of cardboard tube I had laying around. You can get this at shipping stores and that kind of stuff. But you want to slip it over the end. Now, if this is dropped on its end, all the good bits are protected. Just a little hint, if you ever end up shipping your cylinder, you want to put the end cap protector on it. Otherwise, you're going to be straightening out all your bent linkages and motor shafts. We are continuing work on the modified Thunder Tiger. So, background for those of you just joining us. This is a stock Thunder Tiger. These body parts are not stock. So what we like to do here at the dry docks is take the rather ugly original Thunder Tiger. Look at this. Just look at this. And turn it into something cool. And we've done a bunch of different ones. The last one was the HELLDIVER, which turned out really, really good. This one I'm hoping is going to be a little less problematic from an operational perspective. But what I'm doing right now, I'm going to be adding some keel weights because we upgraded the batteries and they weigh a lot less than the stock sealed lead acid batteries. So we're going to add some weight to the keel, then we're going to start bolting new body sections onto the body frame, and then we're going to continue with the aesthetic upgrades, turning this from the Neptune into the HELLDIVER. So it's bolted together, and I threw the control planes on there and everything. It's got fingerprints all over it. It'll get cleaned up, trust me, and glossed and all of that stuff. Haven't installed the radial engine yet because I need to do the lower color. But what I'm going to do here right now, I cut the canopy. It's going to sit like that. The forward one is. And then I'm going to cut the opening. And then our little dudes, which just really set this whole thing off, are going to sit back to back right there. I like this. That is pretty dang cool. All right, let's bust out my ultrasonic cutting knife, and we're gonna cut up the hull. I have been throwing paint at this thing. Let's take a look. Cut the holes, cut the canopy, everything. There's some wet paint here, that's why the sheen is a little off, but I think it looks pretty cool. And we got machine gunnage that's gonna go on here. Once that's dry brushed, that's gonna pop. And we got our forward-facing machine guns that are being mounted on the wings, and our super cool, super huge torpedoes gonna sit just like that. This thing is gonna look so freaking cool. And I got the blue paint on the side. Can you see that? I don't know. It's very shady right here, but it just kind of breaks it up. I like it. I guess kind of like a whale. I don't know. I got a couple of stickers coming that we can put right here. Break that up a little bit. Man, this is getting close. Provided from a functionality perspective, it works. This could be done this week. That would be a welcome change in my luck. All right, I got to go answer some emails before my Sunday morning workout. It's a great way to start off Sunday. And just like that, it's Monday morning. It's 6 o'clock. Been out here for a couple hours. The first things that we did this morning. The HELLDIVER is going along really good. I got decals on order, but they may not be here for a week. I think I might make some custom ones that says HELLDIVER on the side. And that way it can be like whatever random Navy you want to decide it is going to be. But that is looking cool. We got all our machine guns mounted, our torpedoes mounted, the divers are mounted. I think they're just going to sit loose in there because they can't come out. They're negatively buoyant, so they'll just kind of sit in there, and then as you drive, they'll kind of be like looking around, At least that's my thought. My printer is still down, so I can't make the battery compartment thing for my batteries over there yet. Unless I print it. You know what? I might just print it in resin. Because we got to do another print for the salon anyway. And how are you making out on your salon here?
I have just finished getting some of the painting set up. So I just need to...
Oh, yeah, the little, literally paintings for the walls. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a few of them ready, so I just need to put these in and install them. After that, I gotta wait for the new part to be printed, because once that is done, I can finish the other half of the fountain area, because that writing desk isn't here.
Yeah, it goes right there.
Yep. And then once that is there, I can start figuring out what I need to install before I merge the two halves together, and then what I have to install after I merge the two halves together.
Yeah. More detail parts here. Customer's getting a little antsy. I told him we were going to try and shoehorn this in other projects, and now he's like, where is it? I paid for it on this date. I'm like, yeah, I know. We're doing the best we can here, people.
So between that, we still have all the rest of the big drills to work on, and all the small drills to work on, and all of that requires meticulous hand painting, so...
Yeah. We're doing the best we can. Today, I'm going to get Logan to do some gluing and fiberglassing on the i400 so we can get this out of here and actually move around in the shop. And I'm excited. I got the electronic box all rigged up here. We got rudder, dive planes, we got ballast pump, and motors. Now, the interesting thing... Oh, I got the differential, or caterpillar. Doop, doop. That output's not hooked up yet, but that's where it will come out. I got a lighting output here as well. The motor's giving me grief. When I got the differentials done... But I don't know, the motors are not happy. This one, it's getting really hot too. I'm wondering if I've got these phases messed up somehow. I'm going to double check this. I'm going to pull this out. And the good news is it's easy to do. Pull that, pull those, and the whole thing comes out. But the actual programming is all done. I got forward and back. And then differential. So, yeah, okay. And this is on a remote switch. Yep, telemetry was lost. So I'm going to pull that out and double check our... Yeah, this guy's hot. I'd be willing to bet I messed up my phases on this wiring somehow. But progress. Progress. And just like that, it's Wednesday. Early. As you can see. What the heck went on yesterday? I have decided I need to swap the motor out in here. For whatever reason, it's not happy. It's not working properly. Tested it with a different motor. It's working perfectly. The old motor's crud. So the only thing about these motors, these are designed for drones. And if you look at the business end of things, it's threaded. And so what I do is I chuck this up on the lathe, turn that down to 1/8 of an inch, and then I've got motor with an 1/8 inch shaft on it. Nice little motors though. Got some goodies in yesterday for the i400 Achi M6A1 Siren 1/72nd scale float plane. Should we take a look at this? I think we should take a look at this. So this is the correct scale for the boat. And the idea here, people, is to... Oh, that's really cool. Wow. Is to depict this this plane in its stowed configuration. So with the planes folded, oh boy, I'm having a rough time today. With the wings folded tight against the body, the pontoons removed, and then we'll have the plane shuffle in and out of the hangar on a little, rack or slide or whatever you want to call it, rail. So flick the button, hangar door opens, and the plane comes out. I think that's going to look super cool. And then on that note, we've got a bunch of printed pieces that are all ready to go. These are the dive planes. Hey, get that off. Supports. Upper and lower rudder, forward dive planes, rear dive planes, hangar bay door. Got one of the triple machine guns and the single machine gun. Printed out all the little lookout binoculars. The weird schnorkel, thing. So I'll bundle all that up and we'll put it up with the rest of the boat. If we don't find the Virginia, the customer has decided to go with the i400, which I'm really excited about. And quite honestly, I would prefer if he would go with the i400 just because I really want to build it. So the HELLDIVER looks amazing. I think this is one of the cooler looking boats that we've done. And what I went ahead and did is I made up a logo for the HELLDIVER. And we're going to stick those on the side like that, and just a little pop of color, and so people know what it is. It's a HELLDIVER. I've got my battery compartments all printed up, so I have to build my battery, put that inside, and then this is going to be ready for testing. Yep, this is going to be ready for testing maybe next couple of days. So, hey, if you're interested, you can get your name on this thing. It's going to be pretty dang cool. Guys, I'm having issues here. I got my box. I threw in the new motor. I haven't even connected it yet. I got everything on. So the old motor, which you guys saw yesterday, running perfectly, the one on the other side. When I try and fire it up, this is what happens. It gives a little spin and then like resets. And then the other functions of the boat, so the servos work fine. But the pump, which you guys already saw, worked good. Runs for a couple of seconds and then everything resets. I didn't do anything to this since yesterday. I'm just testing it. Nothing's changed. So it feels like maybe one of these components is drawing too much current and resetting the receiver. But what's weird about it is the motors do it and the pump does it. Now, it could be maybe the remote switch isn't providing enough power. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll disconnect the ESC that's feeding power to the receiver, and I'll feed power directly to the receiver, and we'll see what happens. All right, I'm confounded. I have a hunch this ESC is dead. So when I disconnect this, everything else works perfectly fine, feeding the receiver from here. I've got my pump, so that's no problem. But now this speed controller for the new motor that I installed isn't doing anything. So I'm just going to start over. I have a hunch I may have a bad batch of these little ESCs, these little 12 amp ESCs. So I'm just going to pull both, start from scratch. I think the motors are fine. I think the issue was the speed controllers. All right, guys. It turns out the speed controllers are fine. It's this batch of motors is messed up. So right now I've got everything hooked back up normally, and I've got a brand new motor sitting loose over there and works perfectly fine. Okay, so remove both of these, machine down, replace with those, test each, put it all back, connect all the wires I snipped during the testing. Oh, heavens. All right, well, maybe we'll put some stickers on the HELLDIVER first. And with that, it's Friday. It was a busy day yesterday. I didn't really get too much done in the shop, but today I'm hoping to make some progressives on our HELLDIVER and swapping out the motors on here. If I can get that done this morning, I'll feel pretty good. Now, originally we were going to be going out today to make one last ditched attempt to locate the USS Texas. The forecast is calling for showers this morning, so we put it off a day. We're going to be going out tomorrow morning instead. Not sure if Nicholas is going to be able to get out there or not, but Logan and I will be for sure. Someone reached out to me on YouTube because they'd seen that. They're like, hey, I recently lost a boat as well. It's a big USS Iowa battleship. And he's like, I know what you're going through. And then he asked me, he's like, where was that? I said, Sylvan Rodriguez. He's like, that's where I lost my boat. So there's a giant Iowa battleship sitting at the bottom of that pond. He told me where it went down. We're going to try and get out there. We've not searched that area. It's on the far side of the fountain, real close to it. So we're going to do that. I located a chunk of 3 3/4 inch polycarbonate, and it's 3 feet long, 3 3/4 inch diameter. We're going to weight that, drop it, see what the sonar says, and then we're going to be able to see. Also did some research, by the way, into the search area underneath the sonar based on the angle, the scan angle. So this particular fish finder has 3 different sensors or transducers built into it. There's the side scan, which is completely useless because it shoots out sideways, not down. And then there's the clear view and the conventional sonar. The conventional sonar at the angle is narrower. At 10 feet of water depth, which is mostly what it is only scanning about 4 feet wide under the boat. That's fine, because when we do our stake and our spiral, we'll just go out 4 feet at a time. That way we're not losing anything. There will not be 1 square foot left unsearched. The Clearview scanner has a wider beam. At 9 feet, it'll be 8 feet wide under the boat. We've got duplicates and backups, and we've got a strategization. So the other thing I'm liking about this, we've revamped our salvage ship propulsives. Let's take a look. So you remember before I had this like little handheld unit? Check this unit. Double the thrustages on this. We'll just jam it down and we can droop, 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 droop like this. We got it all rigged up. on our servo tester to act as our throttle. And of course, double motors means double current consumption, so double batteries. We got two 10 amp 12 volt gel cells that are going to power this thing. So that should give us easily 3 hours. Well, 2 hours. A solid 2 hours of search time at full throttle based on, last time. So I'm not expecting double the speed out of our ramp. That's not really the way, our raft. That's not really the way it works. But if we can get 1.5 times, we're going to be talking a solid 2.5 miles per hour through the water. Search time reduced, more area covered. All right, back to HELLDIVER here. All I need to do now is reinstall this forward bulkhead, do the testing and all that stuff. You can see my battery pack is installed in there. We got lots of cable for easy access and all of that stuff. The charging will actually take place through these leads right here. Need to make sure I put these back together again afterwards. I did a little sticker for the side. I think I showed that to you. Looks pretty cool. I don't know. It maybe, I don't know. It's an acquired taste, but overall, that thing looks bad ass. I'm going to get that installed. The other thing I need to do is drill vent holes in these wings because they're completely hollow. So, don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Let's get this thing installed. HELLDIVER is ready for the water. I don't like this radio. Grautner Micromagic TX, which I assume is transmitter. The endpoints are kind of weird on it, and I told you before, the throttle is spring-loaded. It's like it was built by dyslexic people. All that said, everything is working perfectly fine. We got throttle, ballast. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Oh, you can see the little lights through there. And we got rudder. But again, weirdness. We got massive deflection to starboard and minimum to port. And then minimum down and maximum up. A worthwhile investment for the new owner would be a new radio. It's going to be perfectly fine. It'll work. But, if you want it awesome, if you want it epically awesome, a new radio would be a worthwhile investment. I can hook you up on that. But at any rate, we'll probably throw this in the water today, get it all trimmed out, and then throw it in the pool. I'm kind of excited to see it in the water. It looks pretty dang badass, if you ask me. All right, that's all done. I think rather than working on the Typhoon, I'm going to work on some video editing. I got a lot of video to go through, and then that way I'll be caught up for tomorrow when I go to the lake. Because normally I would edit the video tomorrow morning, but now I'm going to be at the lake. So let's go do that, shall we? All right, boys and girls, this is what I have decided to do, only because I love you so much. We're going to terminate the video right here. We're done. Because shop time's pretty well done here for the day. It's the 4th of July. We're going to spend it with family. It's going to be awesome. We're going to kick off next week's video with our last-ditched recovery efforts to retrieve not only the USS Texas Virginia-class submarine from the bottom of the pond, but the USS Iowa battleship that our buddy Alex misplaced as well. That'll probably be a good video all by itself. So we're going to start things out next video with that. We're going to terminate this one here. Thanks for watching. It's been a blast. If you have any comments, suggestions, drop them down below. I would love to hear from you. Like and subscribe, do all the things, and have a great 4th of July for those of you here in the United States, and for everybody else, and including us Americans. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time.